it's a long journey. Um, I came mostly because of the engineering program, but also hockey. So I'm a hockey player, and going to college is kind of difficult for hockey players because we got to play 4 years of junior hockey after we finish high school. And so we got to go to college late. And the reason for that is because there's not many hockey schools in the States. So if you want to play NCAA hockey, you have two options. Can I go D1 or D3? And there's 60 D1 teams and about 90 D3 teams. So it's a pretty small amount of places you could go to. So because of that and the amount of hockey players there are just in the world, it makes it very tough to get on a team. So all the coaches want you to be older, more experienced, better. Hockey is one of those games where knowledge really comes into play a lot. So the more experience you have, the better of a player you'll be. Like game sense can take you a long way. What I wanted to do was do engineering and play NCAA hockey, and so this was one of the schools that fit that bill. Like it's incredibly competitive, and there's tons of avenues to pro after college. Not like some of the other sports, and like the hockey players get hate on campus for like being not like cocky, but just kind of walking around with like some swagger a little bit because it was tough to get here. We played like 20 years of our lives to get here, and we do have the
Wow.
opportunity. Like I remember one time that I mentioned that I was trying to go pro after, and someone was like, "Really, you can do that? Like it's D3?" And I'm like, I don't really want to explain to them in the moment like why it's different, but it is different. There's a really nice park across the river. Um, what else is there to do? There's like a golf course around here. It's actually 20 minutes from here. I think 20 minutes north, or no, 20 minutes west, sorry. There's like a go-kart track, which I haven't been to, but I passed it on my way in this time, and I was like, I kind of want to do that. It's like outdoor gas go-karts. It looks pretty fun. But yeah, no, there's a good amount of stuff to do around here. I like Mediterranean food. It's a place called Istanbul Grill that's near the square. That's really good. I'll get that sometimes. Actually, one of the bars here we go to is called Vesuvio's, but it's like a half restaurant, half bar, and that has some like legitimately really good Italian food. Like the guy who owns it, his name's Donnie. He's actually like a real Italian. Like it's not like somebody who's not like of the culture trying to make the food or not. It's fantastic Italian food. I'm Greek, and like half of my family's like also Italian. They're like I'm half Greek, half Croatian, but they're like from the part of Croatia that was occupied by Italy back in World War II. It's complicated. But anyway, I've had good Italian food before, authentic Italian food. And I can tell you that Vesuvio's is actually really good. International Students Office. Those people were fantastic. I was actually just speaking with Diana today, if you know who that Diana is. All of them amazing, helped me so much. Very, very nice people. I have nothing but good things to say about them there. Everybody else was really nice when I came here too. The team, the guys, everybody I've met so far at Kings has been really, really nice. So no complaints there. Yeah, and that's what I like about these smaller schools too. That there's more of that than if you were to go to a big school. Like at a big school, you're pretty much just a number. I probably would have been fine at a big school, but here it's so much better being in a small class, small environment where you can like grasp the material and get to ask questions and actually help understand it. Because at the end of the day, if I'm going to be an engineer, I actually want to know how to do it. Like I just don't want the degree just for the sake of having a degree. But yeah, the community too. Also, there's too many people at big schools to like actually make any real friends or like this and that. Like here, it's nice because you can walk around campus and you go to each other's sports games and you support each other and you say hi to each other when you see you in the hallways and stuff like that. It's good community. When I first arrived, honestly, I had the team, so that it's like a kind of a cheat code coming in as an athlete because you already have a group of like 20 guys you can hang out with. But as far as other people, I didn't really get too involved with on-campus stuff simply because I was living off campus first year. And I think that was honestly the thing I would change if I were to come back and do Kings over again is not live off campus because there's so much more to do on campus. There's so much more people to meet. Like I was literally just in my like engineering's busy, so I'm studying for a good amount of the day. And because going to campus was so far, if I ever had some time to spare, I would just stay in my room. So I would study in my room, go to bed, wake up, go to hockey. Like it just. But right now I live in O'Hara, and there's a bunch of people on our floor. We hang out with all the time. Like I'm up 2 seconds away from the gym. It's just much more involved being here, and I love that way more than living off campus. I just honestly, I think like who I've become since I came here and came to university in general because I've learned a ton about just like responsibilities and living and kind of just growing as a person that just like for example I've I can cook really well now like that's a small I hang on, let me think about this real quick. This is a big question here. Academics to me aren't like I'm not a very like results oriented like I've tried like obviously everybody is but like my dad's always taught me not to be just focus on the moment, not necessarily on the outcomes. And so like I've tried to not be so results oriented, and it's benefited me not being like, oh, I need to score this game or like I need to get like X grade on my next exam, and just focusing on what tasks you need to do leading up to that. Like that's one of the things I mean as growing as a person. Like that type of skill is something that I've cultivated since coming here, and it's something that I'm definitely proud of. And like I feel like those small things, not necessarily like the big achievements like GPA or like goals on a stat sheet. Those are the small things that really build you up and give you confidence. And I just think as a person now, since coming, I've become more confident, and I feel like I carry myself a bit different. I feel like I don't know. I just feel more complete as a person, if that makes any sense. And that's why, even though I think university is not completely necessary for like some of the stuff you're learning, because there's definitely classes that have gone in one year out the other. I think it's absolutely essential for growing as a person. Because I would think of myself as like anecdotal evidence. Like when before I came to school, I didn't even know how to use like a laundry machine. Like legitimately, like 4 years ago, I was lost. So I guess that's my biggest achievement is just growing as a person and see it's the intangibles. It's the intangibles really. It makes you a complete person. And how you carry yourself and how you talk to other people and dialogue. I'm in philosophy right now. There's just like one philosopher who said something about like humans are dialogical creatures. You gain more respect from being someone who carries himself well and who can have a conversation than you do just by simply showing your resume or like showing your accolades. Like I could see the resume. Like if someone showed me a resume and said like, oh, this person like plays in the NHL, like do they do this and that, and like they have all these like great achievements and that. And then if you were to talk to them in person and like they're just like kind of like awkward, not very confident, like this and that, then like they're not as they don't have as much of a presence. You can't have a presence just by your achievements, by just what people see on paper. You got to project that, and those accolades will give you confidence, and that helps you build your character in real time. But I think that the most important thing is not the tangibles. It's how you are. Kind of like your presence is a good way to describe it. America's a really big place, and you can look at statistics and get scared, but then you realize like population's like however many million people, like you're gonna have that much, right? Dreams for the future. I would love to play pro hockey in Europe. Yeah, that's what that's my short term goal I'm aiming for. So I got one more year left of school here, and then I'm gonna give it my best shot come next fall, and hopefully you'll see me overseas. Everybody's very nice here, especially the engineering ones are really good. This semester I have Dr. Altus, Dr. Raj, Dr. Sproul. Yeah, no, they're all very helpful. And it's and like you can tell like some of the professors are like you can tell when someone's like really smart. Like some of you can tell just like you know exactly what you're talking about. And like if I have a question, like I feel safe asking. When some of my professors talk, like you can tell that they got a lot of gears turning in their head, and it just makes you feel safe. Safe in the sense that you at some point, if you don't get it now, you will understand because they know the subject very well, very thoroughly. That's how I describe it. At the end of the day, the professor, your education is technically in the professor's hands. You're in their care. It's like having a doctor who knows what they're doing. A doctor doesn't know what you're doing. You're not going to feel safe with the doctor who doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Your body and the doctor, or your education and the professor. It's yeah, you really feel like they can take care of you. Like you will make it through. It's like even if you have doubts, it's like I believe this person knows what they're talking about, and I have faith that they will get me through this because they know what they're talking about. We did like a charity project in sophomore year. It's called Construction, and pretty much what that is just like it's a fundraiser for homeless people and soup kitchens, and we gather cans and donate food. But before we donate all of it, we will make like a sculpture, like an art piece out of it, and that tied in with engineering because I'm a civil engineer. So we like designed our design was a clock. We're doing a clock, and it had like a slogan to it. It was like "Time to End Hunger" or something like that. But it tied into civil engineering because we did all like the drawings for it. We did took measurements and weights and made sure it was like secure, like did all that stuff. So it was like a learning experience as much as it was like um, a cool thing to do and a nice thing for the community. I think the part I liked most about it, partially because I like the sound of my own voice, was that we had an open house at one point and we were introducing our sculpture to the people around the community that were helping do the fundraiser. And we had to like not sell the design, but like kind of just like show people and like give them tidbits on the different features and how we did stuff like that. And I just thought that was really fun getting to connect with the people that we were making it for, and they were super appreciative of what we done, and it felt really good. So that was my favorite part about that process. But yeah, definitely an interesting project. Senior night was awesome last year. So I'm out of my eligibility right now. I played 4 years of college hockey, so this year I'm actually not playing hockey. But I'm still gonna keep training, keep skating where I can, and then make a shot for pro come the fall. But senior night last year was fantastic. As my whole family came out to watch me play. Took pictures after. It was a nice special moment to share with them, like the culmination of my whole college career, and having them there for that was just nice to have. Um, Felt really good. I don't know how else to describe it. That was special. It's a long drive for them to come down here, so when they do come, I love it. So and for them to be there for that night was great. But to my previous point of kind of growing a lot in college, hockey. I didn't emphasize enough how much hockey helped me grow through college. I really didn't. But like I want to make this point because it really did. It was an enormous part of my college life and my growth. And part of that reason was just how difficult it was because our schedule was tough. Like we'd get up at like my alarm would go off at like 4:45 sometimes in the morning because we were on the ice at like 6:30, trying to prioritize my health and sleep and training, being in shape, keeping out my hands and my skills. The time management skills that I had to acquire just to simply survive playing college hockey, like not even just like play well, but like legitimately like not getting sick and like all that stuff. It was a learning curve that I'm so happy that I made past. Um, but yeah, at the time it was extremely difficult, and like I was hating it when I first got here because I'm not a morning person whatsoever. And when that alarm clock went off, I was traumatized for the first time. But I'm so thankful that I went through that because I grew so much of a person because of it, and just adversity in general, just the adversity in general, going through a season, ups and downs, um, working with a team, uh, being there for each other, just the intangibles of playing any sport, really. Discipline's so huge, and there's so many times where you'll wake up in the morning and think, I do not want to go to practice today. I just want to roll over back in bed. You're hungry, you're tired, your legs are tight, but it's the fact that you made the commitment and you got to stick to your duty because you said you were going to do it and you better do it. You know, it builds that discipline. You got to learn to just not complain because you got a whole team of guys that are relying on you to show up on the day that you're supposed to show up. So you might not be feeling the best. You might even feel a little sick, but regardless, it's game day and you got to perform. And I think that teaches people a lot.